All right. So just for we to be sure where the pair that we are going to look at, like where they are heading, because this point of a time right now, and because of Trump, we don't really know. Of course, market still follows structure, so it doesn't really matter. This is still the swing low of EURJPY, and this is still the swing high. And if you go to the what is it called, weekly time frame, we can see after the market has done some damages to this area, we respect this low. We can see that price have shifted structure to the upside. So we have a substructure high and a substructure low. Anyway, high and low, I mean. Do you guys know what is the substructure?
It's internal structure, no?
Yes, but it's internal structure. So we follow three structure in every market. Three structure. So this is the swing. This is the swing low and this is the swing high. So where do you get this swing low and this swing high from? From the bigger picture, monthly above, right?
Yeah.
So the substructure should be your weekly or the daily, but I prefer the weekly. It's much clearer. No, top. Yeah. So substructure is the second structure. So what does substructure mean? Let's say if we create a swing highs and swing low like this, right? We have a point of interest. So now we create a new swing that is failing to create a new kind of swing high. We knew that this is the last area that came into our swing structure time frame. So if you go to your substructure, this is what you will see, like this, a new high being formed. Because in the swing structure, this is still the swing high. But in the substructure, we have a new high and a new low, which means this substructure low, we don't want market to break below it somehow. We don't want market to break below it somehow, because eventually if price break below this substructure low, is purely a shift in market structure from the swing perspective, basically. So now all we have is this high and this low right now, but the overall swing is here. So this is a substructure, and we want to see a substructure kind of like trade back into this area, respect this low, then give us a shift in market structure that is telling us the 3 time frame. For example, swing time frame, which is the bigger time frame, is bullish. The substructure is bullish. As soon as you see the substructure is bullish, again, now we now wait for the last time frame, which is the lower time frame, for price to pull back to the whatever market, the substructure change character from whatever, for price to pull back there. So like for EJ, we have this substructure low and high. So let's say this is the time price have come back to correct every imbalance or every inefficiency, let me just use that word, or reprice area of liquidity. Now we have a shift in market structure right here. This is a substructure shift. When you have a substructure shift, change of character, whatever, so now what are you looking at? The area of interest that price moved away from to change character or whatever. So in this case, we have from the monthly time frame, monthly order block. In this weekly time frame, we have what? Fair value gap is the first point of interest before this one right here. So when we got to a fair value gap, what happened? You can go to the daily, you can go to the 12-hour, the 4-hour. All you are looking for now is the last time frame to shift market structure from your point of interest, not before your point of interest. We don't care about before your point of interest, from your point of interest. If market trade back into your point of interest, now you are looking for price to change or shift market structure to the higher time frame structure, substructure, and if the lower time frame change its character, that means the 3 time frame now are now saying the same thing. That is when your trade is set up and ready to roll. Mind you, this is the monthly and 3 months or whatever in this case, but every market you are looking into have 3 time frame. So if you are looking at the daily, that means the daily, the 1 hour, and what? The 5 minutes. The 5 minutes is your last time frame. The 1 hour is your substructure. The daily is your swing structure because you are looking at this market from the daily perspective. The same as from the weekly. If you are looking at the market from the weekly perspective, you are looking at the weekly swing structure, 4 hour, your substructure, 15 minutes, your entry time frame, which is the last time frame. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
You only need 3 time frame shift. So this is the shift in the sub. Price traded back into your point of interest. We go to the 4 hour. We want to look for our point of interest in the 4 hour because the sub was from the what? The weekly. So you can decide to trade from the 4 hour or you want to go down more. But what we can see is that this is a high, kind of, a low, a high, then price created a new low. And this high was a shift in market structure. And where did the price traded from to break that structure? This area. Let me take this one out. This area. Right here. That is why price did what? Traded into that area and what? Create a break of structure, whether it's today or whenever, I don't know, maybe last week or something. A break of structure has occurred. Price need one more pullback. I don't know for EJ how it works, but a pullback must be the area of interest that created a break of structure, which is this area right here. You know how I draw my area, right? It's like this with line. Just like this with line. This is the 4 hour. So let me just show you something. While looking at this in the 4 hour shift of market structure, you can come here, this shaded area. Let me just use this shaded area to look for your entry in the 15 minutes time frame. Let's say, for example, so this is the very first time price came into this area right here. What do we see in the 15 minutes time frame? Before price hit our level right here, let me shift this thing down a little bit so you guys can see. This was our last high before price shift market structure in the 15 minutes time frame. So this will be your change of character, and you can decide to mark all of this out like this, as well you can decide to mark only this candle out. It's just up to you, your preference. And the pair you trade, if you are good enough to study how that price move, you will know which one price uses the most in the pair you trade. So in this case, we can just use these three, all of this candle, or you can use just the last one. But I'm going to use this whole three candle. Price traded back into this area as the first time. Let's just use this one. For you not to get greedy, let me just make it simple. You are supposed to target the same high where price traded from back into your point of interest. You are supposed to target there. And you see what? Price did move towards that area. And what? Did it create a break of structure? No. It failed to close above it. And this tells you that, maybe there might be a deeper pullback because price failed to create a break of structure. Once we have a shift in market structure right here, price traded back here, we want to see a break of structure next, like this. Once that thing occur, which means price is going to pull back one more time into the area that causes the break of structure, and that is where price will start moving forever, like just flying all the way. But in this case, we fail to create a break of structure. Price swept the high. At least, I will say fulfill its objective in this case, because you are supposed to target the same highs, right? But also, you can be paying attention to see if there will be a break of structure, and that will give you much confidence to hold your trade. But in the 15 minutes time frame, we rejected. The other one, we turn around. Again, we turn around, we rejected. So this is just telling you that, okay, price will pull back deeper. And to where? We don't know. Probably to take out this low, because it's the one that created the high, to see if there will be a shift in market structure or something. Remember, price is still in your point of interest. This area right here, this line, is your point of interest. And if you go, in this case, because this is probably like 2-3 days or something, if you go to your daily time frame after market has closed, that is when you will know what is going on in this market. Where is it? Where is it? Somewhere around here, right? No, here. So in this day, by the way, let me go back to the 15 minutes time frame and shade that area out, and go back to the daily. Yeah, this is it. So that day, I think price created this candle. What is this candle? Basically, yes, this was the candle, because this is the high we marked out. Price created this candle, right? So this candle is basically inside bar, which is what? Consolidation market. That is why price failed to close above that area that day. And looking at the daily time frame coming to the market, now you have a different school of thought towards this trade now. So what you will be looking at is price need to run either the low to continue going higher, or run the high to continue going lower. This is just the easiest way to look at trade. In this case, you can see price ran the low. If you go back to what? The 1 hour. Where is it? This one right here. See? Price run the low. Oh my God, why is this moving? Run the low, and what? Continue going higher. We have this, and that candle was Wednesday, I think so. Where is it? Yes, Wednesday candle, right? You can see this. After Wednesday, see, we run the low, 1, 2, then before price continue going higher. So after that low has been run, what are you going to do? Because you saw this thing from the daily time frame, 1 hour, you can shift to the 5 minutes in this case. You can now start to study the 5 minutes price action. We have a high, a low, a low, a high, a low, then a shift in market structure, a pullback, and continuation. Even if this is a continuation, you still pull back down again before that real continuation occur. This is how market moves to take out that low. We create a high, fail to break above this high. We create a low, we create a high, fail to break above this high. Now we create a new low, then a shift in market structure right here from the 5 minutes. Just like I told you, we need 3 time frame to tell you what is next in the market. The daily, the 1 hour, and the 15 minutes. The 5 minutes in this case, because it's the 1 hour 5 minutes, 4 hour 15 minutes. So as soon as shift in market structure occur, then you identify your point of interest again, like this. And it doesn't matter how price went up, came back down, it still respects your area before price shooting up. This is just a market structure for you guys, but yeah. And I'm doing this just because of where we are in JPY pair, we say. Done. Let me take this one out and go back to the weekly. So, like I was saying, we have these equal highs in the substructure and in a shift in market structure from the substructure right here. Price traded back to the fair value gap right here and change character right here. You can go to the 4 hour. Where is the 4 hour? Price shift market structure right here. Price traded back to your point of interest right here, and we had a break of structure now. So what you are expecting from this pair is that the next level will be this level for price to trade back to. Is it going to happen? I don't know, probably. But you have what? Let me see if the 12 hour has a fair value gap. No. The daily, no. This is also a point of interest right here for you guys to know. This right here is also a point of interest. So you can see how today candle create not like inside bar typically, but it's a consolidation. It's a balanced market. So which means this high and low, this is a point of interest. You can pay attention to this point of interest and this point of interest as well. As soon as price trade back into any of these points of interest, this one, let me take this one out, it's done. As soon as price trade into any of these points of interest, you can just look for a shift in market structure in the 1 hour time frame first to occur, because this is the daily area. When markets trade into this area in the daily time frame, or whatever, you look for your shift in market structure from the 1 hour time frame. And once you see a shift in market structure, then what do? You identify, let's say like this, price came here, and when price was coming here, let me take that out. When price was coming here, it was creating a structure. Let's just say like this. Then price now shift to market structure, in this case, from this point of interest right here. Not outside the point of interest. I don't care about outside. in this point of interest. Then in this case, what did the price market do? We swept the low of the consolidation, which is clearly a consolidation right here. You can see Asia, London, New York, they are just in the same place. It's consolidation. Power of 3, what do you see? A manipulation to where? To your point of interest. And what do you have? A distribution will occur to what? I don't know, wherever is going up, whatever. But yes, that is what is next. Once price trade back to your point of interest, that is what you will be looking at. If you don't see a shift in market structure in the 1 hour time frame, there is nothing for you. Also, if price gets here in the 1 hour time frame, because this is the 1 hour shift in market structure, once price trade back to your point of interest here, if you are conservative, not aggressive, you can go to the 5 minutes to look for a shift in market structure right here in the 5 minutes of this 1 hour point of interest. That is the three market structure that you need. For daily, you have the daily 1 hour, then the last time frame could be your 5 minutes for your entry. Once you see the 5 minutes shift of market structure, because it's very easy for price to shift market structure in 5 minutes, like this. Once you get here, you shift the market structure, it must retest and continue going higher. So, but if you are aggressive, you can just take your trade from the 1 hour time frame, because you already saw a shift in market structure like this, and the next is to trade higher. But if you are conservative, like you want a confirmation or something, you're not sure, then you can wait for the 5 minutes in this case.
Okay, thank you.
Don't say thank you if you don't understand anything now. You have to say some. But do you know this before or not?
I marked that one already.
What?
I said I marked it already.
Well, the point of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. At least you now know some point of interest, so which is good. And again, if you go to the 4 hour, because the sheet was from the weekly, this area is also a point of interest, right? You know that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 points of interest. People are asking, yeah, which one would you, how do you know which one that we hold? You can see, even if you flip this level, for example, this one is slide also in your what is it called, discount area as well, because this is the 50% of this area right here, which is fair market value and equilibrium of this price action to the upside. So, and again, it could be here, it could be here, but what we tell you now is don't forget 1 hour time frame. You want to see a shift. The reason why some people like you get caught, I mean, yeah, market can trick you, it can do some tricky shit for you not to, follow up very well. But yeah, follow the right time frame, because this is from the daily right here. You want to go to where 1 hour on all of this. This point of interest now, for example, is from the 4 hour, the weekly 4 hour. You want to go to what? The 15 minutes. You see how different it is? In this case, here we go to 1 hour to see a shift. Here, we want to see a shift in the 15 minutes or something. Then we can just take our entry around this area. But here, if market gets here, I want to go to the 1 hour and the 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me see something. After price has taken this previous day high, I will go to the 1 hour, right? So, where is the last low kind of that took out that high? We have a low right here, we have a high, we have a pullback, and we have a high. So you can see this is a shift in market structure from the 1 hour. Let's just see change of character, 1 hour. Now, where is your point of interest? You can use this right here, and you can as well just scale down, let's say 15 minutes, just to look for a correct point of interest, we can just use this one right here. It doesn't matter, but the high is still there. But yeah, just like this. So when market pull back into this area, what are you looking for? You can go to the 5 minutes, right? Just hold on. So right here, what do we have? A shift in the 1 hour, Asia highs and low. You wait for Asia highs to get taken. Right there. This is the previous day. Let me take out this one. Label it as previous day high. Previous day high. Market shift structure in the 1 hour, change of character, whatever. 1 hour. Price pull back to where? Your point of interest. And what do you want? Wait for this high that was created before market shift structure is a liquidity. Wait for that liquidity to be grabbed. As soon as price grab liquidity, now you can now start looking for your shift in market structure in the 5 minutes. This is the last low right there. Price change character with this 5 minutes. Change of character in the 5 minutes. You can label them just for you to know what you are doing in the 5 minutes. And where is your point of interest? This is crazy. This is a lot of candles, but I will always, I have this candle and this candle, then we have a green, then we also have a high. You can just take all of this, because this black candle is even the highest anyway. This one right here, you can just take this one. So your stop loss will always be here. However, if market wants to keep going higher to maybe here or here, it doesn't matter, but your stop loss is there. So this is how you will catch your entry from this minute, because now the 5 minutes has shift market structure. Remember, 1 hour, you mark out a 1 hour point of interest, 1 hour POI. Then if price trade back into your 1 hour POI, you look for shift in market structure in the 5 minutes to confirm that entry. So if you are aggressive, because you already marked your 1 hour point of interest, now you will take a trade like this, which is very much okay, because the pip is 30 pips. You will not get stopped out. 30 pips stop loss. And how many? Let's just say 1 to 3. We can always like to target 100 pips. In this case, this is where your 100 pips lies. So we probably give you up to like what? 80 pips. And did it take out Asian low? Let me see if it did. Yeah, it take out. You can also target the Asian low as well, which is around 87 pips. But for me, it's a fixed something, right? It's like 1 to 3 for me. So if I just go here, stop loss, it will automatically give me 1 to 3.3, which is 100 pips, 30 pips stop loss, 100 pips. So, but we're not here to talk about pips. I'm just here to show you guys how you can, work on your craft, to be solid. And this is the 1 hour point of interest. A shift in the 5 minutes as soon as price trade back. So this is something that is tricky right now. You see, this is liquidity. Asia highs is a liquidity one, but this high is mainly because price traded back before we created that break of structure or change of character. So remember, this high is not a high that you are looking at. So it's a high that is inducing trader. This is how people will mark out this area is the point of interest. As soon as they take trade from here, they will get stopped out. Actually, it's a liquidity. It's just a high that is inside your point of interest. So we need liquidity inside your point of interest. Asia session highs is liquidity. In this case, yes. And this high as well is the liquidity. That is why price run this market liquidity and shift market structure right here. You can see when the liquidity is going to be taken. You can see how smooth the market was. Then they shift the market structure, price pull back to your point of interest. Now create a what? A break of structure. If price create a break of structure, what happens? You expect price to trade back. When you see a candle like this, you know this is your point of interest now, because there is a comma candle here. You could use this theory like this, but there is a little comma here. So you will take this one as a point of interest. And what happened? That is when price started distributing in New York session. Any question that is not clear to you, Effie? This is for you because this is your pair.
I don't have a question right now. Thank
All
you.
right, it's good. It's good. So now you can see with this price is already telling you that we are selling, right? To where is the question now? To this point of interest first or here? So now you as a trader, you already know where you marked out your point of interest. That's why you always label it. This is from the 1 day, and this is basically weekly and the 4-hour. Then you know what to look for. Weekly and the 4-hour, so you know, okay, you can see 4-hour shift or 15-minute shift. That is, you are good to go. We are good to go. But anyway, this is for this on this price action. It's up to you if you want to trade it back down or you wait for price to come to you and trade it up.
Yeah. So wait, it made you're on the 4-hour?
This is the
Yes.
4-hour.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say?
I just wanted to see if like it might just pull back into that 4-hour order block to then sell down.
Not
And
just
then
4 hours, bro. You have a 4-hour fair value gap right here.
yes.
It could be here, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's the one
So
I'm talking about.
it's it's different. It could be just this 4-hour fair value gap. It's very important.
Oh, yeah, okay, thank you.
Yes, ma. Gold. So gold came here, and in fact, I don't want to even talk about gold because gold is just crazy. Gold is crazy. We have here, though price came back to tap like here and hit the. I think it's still going to create all-time high or maybe respect this level because somehow this is a break of structure. I think in the 15 minutes or the 1 hour or on the 4 hour, either ways. I think so. Something like that. But after price broke structure, this whole area is a point of interest. This one right here. So which means probably price will just go back up to create all-time high or something. But there is a level right here which I'm not sure if it's going to respect, but yeah, it's just a lower time frame level right here. But I'm not sure. I just set a lot to see what price and gold price is going to do around that area. But I think it's going higher to create all-time high, or it's going to keep selling to this level. So far, point of interest. If you go to the daily or the weekly or something, no, the daily, we have a fair value gap right here and here. Now we also created the fair value gap today with this candle being here, so it's tricky. So I will be my alert is still there. I will be looking at a different approach to gold now. This area is very valid because this is a break of structure to the upside now from this area. So price need to pull back I think, to this area. But if we pull back to this daily fair value gap, you know what to do. You switch your time frame and look for a potential shift in market structure that if we are going to create a new high or something. So yeah, but we have this area, then we also have this fair value gap, which is also aligning with my 12-hour point of interest. So this is for gold. It doesn't really have much. Then GJ, I'm up GJ, right, since this morning anyway. I will say this morning. This analysis, I did this analysis since last week, but my limit got triggered this morning. Asia session basically. So I still believe maybe GJ is going to pull back to this area. So you see, I have my alert set here now. If GJ is going to pull back to this area, because this is a break of structure now, and you see where I'm targeting. First of all, the daily fair value gap, and if we break through it, then maybe we are going higher. Because it was a limit order, so my risk was very, was light. I just make like, I don't know, 2,000 or something. So it was little. It wasn't much. But yeah. And this area is where I'm looking at. Maybe price is going to retest and continue going higher from here. That's why I set my alert here. And GU, we need to break above this area. This is basically Monday bullish, Tuesday bearish, Wednesday, and continuation to the upside Wednesday. And I think this is the same thing. Monday bullish, Tuesday will be bearish, then we might continue from that Tuesday, then Wednesday continuation for the rest of the week on GJ as well. GA, this is the entry I sent out this evening, right? For you guys to know, GA kind of tricked us last week because we were expecting this, not like last week, I think on Friday, we were expecting price to go higher to this level. This is a shift in market structure, change of character. This is a break of structure. We never came back to test our level that broke this structure, which we are still trading between this low and this high. This low and this high is just, this side is nothing, right? Because this is the real area. Even if there was a point of interest that we traded into, today, what I noticed to take this trade was we ran the previous day low, then price created a high, a low, then we now shift market structure right here. Then I was looking at this price action from the 4-hour like this, a high, a low, a shift. Then I knew this point of interest, price will come here to test this level. And for what I can see, this level right here, we tested this level, 12-hour, to pull back into this point of interest, and price will continue going higher, at least to take out this high first. There is no point of interest that is going to hold this market right here. To take out this high, if it's going to pull back from this high after taking out, I don't know, but I think it's now ready to come back to mitigate this point of interest that we've been waiting for. And this is crazy, a lot of pips. So my trade, I'm still holding my trade. Of course, market close is just open now. This is around 600 and something pips. So if you are on GA, you can monitor the trade very well, but I think we are coming towards this level. Is that clear?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
Andrew.
Any question, anything that somebody want to work on or ask?
Can you help check on EU? And like I told you last week, I'm still working on myself with my entry, even though
EU.
I've tried to, yes, even though I've tried to get, to
Yeah. So
understand some point of
this
interest.
entry, yeah, this entry, that's why I also came back to talk about a little bit of market structure today and tell you guys what you look for. It's 3 time frame, right? 3 structure. So if you are looking at the weekly, you are looking at the 4 hour shift, the price pull back to the point of interest in the 4 hour, then you look for 15 minutes entry, like a change of character and pull back. It's always 3 market structure: swing, sub, and the lower time frame entry. So EU, what were you thinking about EU? We created
I'm
inside bar
thinking for
today.
you to take this eye.
This is an inside bar. So one thing is definitely going to happen. A distribution is next. And this can only occur in 2 forms: a manipulation to distribute or a straight distribution. That is when, if the market has already created a setup for this. So in the daily time frame, no, 1 hour, what can we see? Price is basically consolidating within this moment. This is previous day high and low. Price pull back to this level to keep on going higher. Yes, we did a bit, but not a break of structure, because we needed a break of structure around this level, but price is not breaking structure. So which means you need to wait for price to sweep the low or the high. Then you look for 1 hour shift in market structure, or then a pull back to the point of interest. Then you can go for 5 minutes to look for confirmation, or you can just take the entry like that. But in this case, you cannot do anything much because price was supposed to create a break of structure of this high, but we failed. We are consolidating right now, and distribution is next. We can manipulate to the upside and distribute to the downside, or we manipulate to the downside and distribute to the upside. So this is what is next on this pair. If I look at this pair very well, of course price is going higher, right? It's bullish. From this what fair value gap, price is going higher. So what is the weekly saying? The substructure: a low, a high, a low. And when did we break below this area right here? Here. So which means price is coming to do one thing. That is when after price, this one EU kind of moved faster than GU.
Yes, I think.
So this is a new high that has been created in EU in the weekly perspective. Break of structure. Break of structure. The monthly, we still have like few weeks less in the monthly time frame. Let's say 2 weeks in the monthly time frame. So you wait for the monthly to close above this level. Then first, this will become a swing structure now, point of interest, if this month closes bullish above this high. But in the weekly time frame, we see that price closed above this high. This is only telling you that price is going to pull back, not to here, never. After price has closed this whole month above this high, that is when price could retest the swing point of interest to probably continue going higher more or something. But looking at the weekly time frame, this is the low and this is the high. These are the ones that you will be looking at. Probably price we pull back to a little bit to continue going higher. So now what can I see? If I go back to the monthly time frame, I literally see that when price was moving higher, I mean within the, but then we broke below this area. So where is your point of interest? We did have a breaker form of mitigation, let me say, and this area right here. Let me just see this area. So which means you can see price react off that area. I would like price to also pull back into this area and continue going higher. This is what I'm seeing on this is 200 something pips on EU. This is a previous order block that failed to be respected, So once price react off that, so price will also come back to react off here to continue going higher. Then do this whole month in 16 days or something. If we now come here and go higher, close above, then you will now see if I don't know how much higher it will go, a deep pullback to the point of interest that created the break of structure on the swing, then a new swing will be created until they get to wherever they are going to. So that is how market works. But we will definitely see a pullback this week into some point of interest like here, and from here you can now look for a tradable opportunity to the upside to target this high. So today what we have is this, a high and low inside bar. So maybe price will just manipulate this side and trade back down, or it could just do straight distribution. After all, this price is bullish. Can just do straight distribution into this point of interest, then continue going higher after all, maybe by Wednesday or something. You trade EU now?
Thank you. I trade EU and GJ, right? So I'm just looking everywhere.
Okay. I don't know, I like GA. GA, I was going to take it out, but I just like GA anyway. It has always been one of my favorite pair, even if so.
I'm not trading NAS, but can you just help me check NAS? Because I'm trying to buy stock when everything goes down, down, down.
NAS 100. NAS 100, I think it's still going to sell, NAS 100 is still going to sell. So basically, we only swept the liquidity below this area, but still it doesn't matter. Right here, we break below. So which means this area, this tiny area right here that you are seeing, this is where price is coming to retest. Probably to continue going down, I have US 30 because JAMA 40, US 30. I have them here. They have similar analysis. You can see this is where I wanted them to retest I don't look at now you, but they basically move similar. You see, this is where I want them to retest and continue going down. It's the same for US 100, which is NAS right there, and JAMA 40, but above this, around this level, so it's much higher. But NAS and US 30 and US 30, they move similar, so they have similar setup. US 30 right here, they have similar setup. I'm looking at this level.
Yes.
It's still going to fall,
Okay.
except Donald Trump is doing what he's doing, because this guy is manipulating this market somehow.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's still going to fall.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes, this is for this. And if you have no question, we can call it a day, because I'm on GA anyway. So GA, GJ, and there will be pullback on this pair, EJ, GJ, or something bend. But GA, I think we are ready to roll. Like you see now, we are pushing. So if you take this trade, you should be counting on almost 100 pips in
I'll
50
take it.
now. Mm-hmm. So this is clean, entry. This is 30 pips top, and I think we are heading higher. See, that 600 and something pips, we will get them for sure. All right, this is for this. If there is no
Thank you so
question,
much.
I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Yes. Vasi, what's up? I'm good, man. Sick. Bro, I haven't been like completely, strong. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's gonna be all right, so it's fine. Did you take GA? Oh, okay.
This is a feast like you've
Yes, sir. And when do you have your private? Tomorrow? Okay, okay.